Hi, YouTube.
Good morning, YouTube friends and family. Today I'm in the lovely country of the United Kingdom, and I'm doing a review of, I would say, explicably British vehicle, the Land Rover Discovery Sport. It's a pretty good car. It's 2019. I'm loving it, and I'm going to go through a little bit about the car. I don't know a lot about the car, but I'm just going to do a quick overview just so you can see what it's like. Some of the things I like about it, driving in the countryside. I've had it for about a week. Pretty nice, pretty sporty. And we'll go through a few things. All right, so with that, let's get at it. So as I said, this is the 2019 Discovery Sport, Land Rover Discovery. It has the blackout optic package with the blacked out wheels. As you can see, it's in a gray, and I'll drop into the comments what kind of gray it is, but pretty nice. All the badges are blacked out. The Discovery, of course, is blacked out, and it's just a really cool look to the car. The wheels, as I said, are blacked out. Nice wheels. And so, I mean, all in all, fit and finish, it is really a nice to it. It has a sporty engine, and I'll drop the specs in there, but as you can see, it says sport on the back. And I'll have to give you the specs only because it's the UK specs, not the US specs. All right, let's go inside. The first thing you'll notice about this car is it's right-hand drive, which I also think is really cool. It just gives you that full British effect. When you get in here, this is a diesel car, so you'll see the AdBlue sticker on there. You're not going to find that in the U.S. just because we don't have the diesel cars coming to the U.S. anymore. Some of the things I like about it, in terms of the interior, is that it's pretty large. As you can see, my companions, Gabriel and Mikau, which you guys haven't seen in a while. Gabriel's 6 feet, I think 6'1". Mika's about 6'1.5", 6'2", and they fit in the car pretty well. One of the things I really like is this massive panoramic safari kind of style roof. I'll drop some pictures in here where we went on an actual safari yesterday, and you'll see why it's actually so nice to have a safari roof. But there's a lot of compartments in here. I don't know if you saw the new Land Rover commercial in the US, but there are a lot of compartments to just put stuff. In here is the SIM tray, navigation SIM goes in there too. There's a USB port, and there's a plug in there to plug in lighter, cigarette lighter kind of thing. The thing that I think is interesting about this car, which my son informed me of is actually kind of dangerous, is the way that this changes gears. You change gears by dial, and you can feel it. It's responsive to your foot, so you can tell if you're in reverse or in park. But he said that actually that led to some deaths, not with Land Rover, but with another car company that I won't name just in case they sponsor me in the future. But it did lead to a death. But I'm going to show you what happens when you cut the car off. So it's a push button start car like normal, but we're going to show you what happens when I turn it off. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Look at that. See how it recesses in there? So it's now down. You can't do anything with it. So I guess one of the downsides of this car is that if your battery dies, you can't put it into neutral and just push it around, at least not as far as I know, because this is down. I don't know how you would get that up. It doesn't push up to get up. So if your battery is completely dead, I think your car is stuck where it is. You'd have to get a jump to get it to work. But push button start. And then see it rises back up. The touchscreen is push button. One of the things that I thought was a bit interesting about this car is that I'm pretty tall and I'm sitting not so far back from the dash, but if you're reaching to this, look, I'm reaching to my maximum. I can touch the button, so it's push button, and it's nice. It's an intuitive screen. Intuitive-ish. Definitely much more intuitive than Volvo. Volvo's never going to sponsor me, so much more intuitive than the Volvo that you saw in one of my previous videos. But I like this because it kind of has a media dashboard. So like if I was playing a song in here, the song will be playing here. It tells you the temperature outside. If we were navigating, it would tell you some navigation information, and it would also tell me that that's my phone and it's T-Mobile Wi-Fi that it's hooked up to. So that means I can do Wi-Fi calling, which is interesting. But the buttons here, very intuitive. You can go into the different modes. The temperature setup, climate control thing is actually pretty basic. We're gonna turn it down just because if I don't, it's gonna be super hot in this car. But it's in Celsius, but you can switch it to Fahrenheit, because for folks who don't know, it's not 24 degrees Fahrenheit outside. But pretty basic setup. It has auto lane control, which is nice. That's in a lot of the new cars. I'm gonna zoom in just so you can see it, but it's here. If you're riding on the highway, it will actually stabilize you and put you in the lane. So that's pretty good. As I said, there's a lot of compartments in storage. This comes up. You push this button and this comes out. And then you can store stuff all the way underneath this whole control panel. There's space underneath here, and both of these come out, so I'll put that back. I'm gonna go to the back and then we'll look and see what our storage space is looking like. All right, we look in the back, you can see there's actually ample sitting room in here. Now, this space, I'm all the way back, and so as a 6'4" person, it's not a lot of room for a smaller person in here, or a larger person in here, but 6'1", 6'2", quite comfortable in the back. The seats are bolstered pretty nicely, safari style bolstering. I like the seats. The leather is actually very rugged, and it's not supple and soft like some of your other luxury cars. But what it is durable. So when you're out and about in the woods, I would say if you got this dirty, you wouldn't feel bad about getting it dirty. I'm again showing you the panoramic roof. Now, the thing about the panoramic roof, and I'll show you again when I jump in the front, is it's not a sunroof, so it doesn't actually open. It's just a panoramic roof. So, and then I'm not gonna jump in the back because you already see from a size comparison, a lot of headroom. His head is not near the top, so it's actually pretty good. We're gonna go look at the trunk space. Now, my friends, I would normally jump in the back, but unfortunately, it's packed up because we're traveling around the countryside. This actually has a third row of seats that is underneath there. It's a small third row of seats, so it's really for more like for children. It's not for adults, or it can be for adults, but they'd have to be really small adults. But you see that we have a full week's worth of luggage in the back, a huge bag, 2 pull bags, a smaller pull bag, and a backpack, and it is pretty good to go. So you can pull on the handle to pull it down, or you can push the button. It's automated like most cars nowadays. And so LED lights are standard. We'll look under the bonnet. Oh, I should say the hood. I say bonnet because we're in the US. Let me show you this, the sunroof closing really quickly. So when you close that, it closes over the whole thing. So you can block out the light if it's too much light, and you can, so see, it closes. And then you have a different look. Or you can one button touch and it opens again. So that's that. You can control some of your kind of descent hill things here. It does have off-road capability, but it's such a nice car that I probably would never take this off-road. It has heated seats, and let's pop the trunk, or let's pop the hood and see. Popping the hood is a bit tricky because unlike cars in the US, it's on the passenger side. And then I'm going to show you really quickly what the hood looks like. So, like with most European cars, and Land Rover is now made by BMW, I think. Everything's covered. So and this is bolted down. Normally you'd be able to pull that off, but it's bolted down. But you see how it's a nice engine. It's very quiet running. It drives pretty well. This is the sport, so if you put it in the sport mode on the highway, it's actually quite powerful getting past traffic. I haven't had any problems, and yeah, it's a pretty good car. All right, my friends, that's it. That's your boy GB Reviews, reviewing the 2019 Land Rover Discovery Sport. I think it's a nice car. I would say it's a good car to have. I'm not sure what the US spec one was like, but this is a European spec with a black optic package. Very nice. Enjoy driving it, and I would say if you get a chance, go do a test drive. Anyway, your boy GB Reviews. I'm out.
Subscribe right below.